Hey landlords, Paul J Rouillard here with Ontario Landlord Help Group. Check us out on Facebook. Right now we have just over 26,000 members. These are landlords all across Ontario who help each other every single month. Well, today we're so excited. We want to let you know that we are launching a brand new series called DIY Property Management, where landlords can take control of their properties without incurring the high monthly management fees as well as project management fees. I've been in the business for a long time. I've been in property management and real estate for just over 20 years, and I've seen so much in this business. I've been around every single scenario. I've talked to every different type of investor, and I've pretty much seen it all. And, through my experiences in dealing with thousands of landlords, I've really, developed a new way of thinking and, a new logic to this business. And this is why our Facebook group is here. And we want to share this with landlords. And, to be quite truthful, I think that if landlords are able to adapt to the new changes in our environment with technology, tenants becoming more savvy and more aware, and social media that's really gripping our industry, there's so much chatter out there and so much information that's being shared. I think if landlords can adapt to this and change the way they manage, I believe that we're going to eliminate a lot of the problems that landlords are facing today. And in this series, DIY Property Management, we're going to touch on many different items and categories. And if you follow the entire series, by the end of it, I know that landlords are going to be able to take control of their properties, take control of their business, and be able to not have as many legal problems. And I think this is, what landlords are facing today. And this is the biggest complaint that we get, is tenants are taking advantage of landlords. So in this series, we're going to touch on all of this. Today specifically, I would like to talk about the ways that landlords should be changing their management style. And if they do, I think that they'll be able to have a lot more fun in this business. They'll enjoy it more, and there'll be less problems. So the problems landlords are facing today, and this is through several thousands of conversations. Our Facebook group receives over about 500 posts every single month, and our administrative team goes through every single post. So we read them all, and we see all the problems that are being faced. And it's not only that, it's all the comments. So, we're receiving over 15,000 comments on this group from landlords who are asking help with their problems. And so we read all of this, so we're able to take all the information and compile it and, really strategize on, hey, what is the problem in this industry? Why do so many landlords have problems? And honestly, I can tell you that I think I know the answer. And it's not just me. We have a full team that works together side by side with me. We have a full paralegal team, licensed paralegals. They work right here in the office. And, we talk every day and we strategize and we talk about the problems that landlords are having. And, we have consultations every single day. And after every single consultation that we have, we literally sit down and we talk about it. And, we feel that if landlords start managing differently, the business is going to change. So, and that's it, man. Tenants just have to change the way they manage, because our system is becoming completely overwhelmed by the problems that is happening right now. So the need for business-minded property management. Now think about this for a minute. So you're a landlord, and you go out there and you buy a rental property, and you might throw your family's life savings down on the line. And you are living at a far arm's reach from your property. So you may be living in Toronto or another city, and your property is located, 5 hours away. You need to run your business like it's a business. And, we need to shift the mindset and emphasize, that if we change the way that we manage our properties, then we can eliminate the problems we're having. I know I'm repetitive on this, but I really do feel that that is the problem in our industry. So, we need to start teaching landlords about proper management practices and how it can drastically change and reduce the eviction rate significantly. And that's a fact. And we're going to touch on this within this series. So, also, the business ultimately is the responsibility of the landlords. Now, believe it or not, if we properly manage this business, and then let's just look at the non-payment of rents, right? So if and it happens all the time because we hear it all day long, and even if in our post, if you read all through the post, you're seeing the same problems every single day, every single month, and it's your responsibility as a landlord to make sure that you send that N4 on the second day of every single month. Now, many landlords are very nice; they're genuinely really great people, a lot of them. And, they're caring people, and, the tenant says the story that they can't pay the rent. Well, I'm sorry, but it's a business. You're not going to have a convenience store and allow somebody to go and grab a loaf of bread and walk out of that store and not chase them for it. It's the same thing. And I think it's very important that we do this. And if you take the responsibilities as a landlord and you run it like a business, you're going to eliminate some of these problems. So, when that second day of the month comes, you need to deliver that N4. It has to be done. Even if you have the best tenant, and I have great tenants, and I've had really, really amazing tenants through the years. And even the best tenants sometimes fall behind. Maybe they got laid off, maybe they were sick, they missed work, or whatever the case may be. Even the best tenants, I would approach them and I would say, listen, it's procedure, it's policy. I have to deliver the N4 in the second of the month. I know you're a great tenant. I love you as a tenant. And it's, the N4, all it does is it gives you 14 days to pay the rent. So, you mentioned you're going to pay next week. There's no problems. The N4 is just there in place just in case the tenants don't pay rent. And, typically when you have a good tenant and you have a good relationship and great communication with your tenant is like, okay, that's cool, no problem. Thanks for bringing it to me. And trust me, that's a fact because I do it all the time. So creating efficient systems, and this is another really important part. So, implementing automated systems can streamline a lot of your tasks. So ensuring timely actions, like issuing notices without fail. So basically what I mean by this is most landlords don't have a system in place. They don't have an app, or they don't have any type of notification system. So when the first of the month comes around, a lot of us landlords are busy. We have our own businesses, or we're working, and we're working hard, and we have our families at home. And by the time the first of the month comes, we just don't really realize and catch on that, hey, the rents are all coming in now. I need to really do something. And we are so boggled down with paperwork or Excel sheets or text messages or notes or whatever the case may be, where we're really not following or have any type of system to help us do the business. And that is something we're going to touch on for landlords because I think it's key that we allow technology to help us run our businesses today. And if we do, then it makes our business a lot easier to run. So tenants are currently benefiting from the leniency due to landlord negligence. And that's a fact. We need to somehow rectify this imbalance in this business. So, whether you're talking about screening your tenant, or maybe you purchased a property and you assume the tenant, well, you want to make sure that you lay those rules and those guidelines down right away. You wouldn't open up a business today and walk into your business and, not talk to your staff members about how you want your business to be operated. You just wouldn't do it. Now, to think about the landlord business. Your tenants are equally as important as your staff members, because without them, and without them doing their jobs and paying the landlords the rent and making sure that their property is clean and no damages or any other issues, we have to make sure that we lay those guidelines down, because at the end of the day, they're people too, right? And when you give an inch, they take a mile, and we all know that saying because it's an absolute fact. So I think it's very important that we find systems, and this is something that we are going to touch on in this series. And again, we're going to give you some options that are going to really help you, and you will be able to start changing the way that you operate your business. And it's important that we start empowering landlords to take charge, and this is the point of this series. I can't emphasize enough that we have to change, and it's time that we change. Everything that I've already mentioned up to this point in this video, I'm gonna say it again, that landlords are too lenient, and they're not running the business like a business owner would run a business. So a landlord must become more assertive and efficient in managing their properties. They need to create a barrier against problematic tenants. Establishing a well-organized team behind you can alleviate burdens and save significant cost in the long run. So basically what I mean by that is you also have to put a team together or align yourself with individuals in the market where your property is located. And that's actually really easy to do. And some landlords just think it's a very difficult task where they feel that they need to rely on a property management company and pay them, a high percentage every single month to do that for them, right? Yes, property management companies do this well. And, we're a property management firm and we do it very well. So we screen all of our contractors and handy people and emergency crews. And, we do this on behalf of clients. But landlords, you can do this too. So you don't have to rely on somebody and pay high management fees and high project management fees, because property management companies also charge the landlord on every single project that they do. So, you're looking at anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20% markups on all of this. And not only that, there's material markups too. So you got to look at that. And in the series, we do touch on that quite a bit. We're going to be giving you some information to help you with that. So, to end this video, I want to welcome all the landlords, to watch our upcoming series and episode. We're going to dive deeper into practical steps in effective property management. So subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed. Join our Facebook group. If you're not already part of our Facebook group, like I said, at the time of this video, we have just over 26,000 members in our group. So join the group. Make sure that you do join it if you are a landlord. There's a lot of help. Landlords are helping landlords. And you'll see in the description here, we'll put those links in there. And make sure you do subscribe, because this is going to be some really good information for landlords. And it's not only this series. We're going to be launching paralegal Q&As very soon. So what that is where landlords can watch us on live streams, and landlords can ask their questions, and our paralegal team is going to answer your questions in real live stream video, just like a talk show host. So we're going to be setting that up. So make sure that you subscribe so that way you can watch that. We got a lot of footage coming with our paralegal team, and also different ways of selling real estate. That's a series that's up and coming as well. We are also a real estate firm, so we do some really neat things there. But this video and this series is all about the landlords changing the way that they run their business. So thanks for watching, everybody. My name is J Rouillard. I'm a realtor, property manager. Been licensed in the business for a very long time. I think I am on my 21st year, so I've seen it all. So I can confidently tell you my feelings about everything that I'm talking about in this series. And I can tell you, and I can guarantee that if you follow this series, we're going to change the mindsets of thousands of landlords in Ontario, and you'll be able to run your business differently, more efficiently, less legal problems, and you're going to make more money. And let's face it, if you hire a property management company to manage your property and you don't know nothing about the business and you're relying on somebody to do it for you, how can you grow it? How can you grow it? You can't. How could you grow a business that you don't know nothing about? You can't. So you need to learn about this business. You need to get face on with it. And, there are some steps for you to be, more engaged. But if you follow the series and what we're going to be teaching you, I think that you'll be able to handle this. And once you know more about your business, you can really calculate and strategize the profitability and the next steps in buying more properties and handling your tenants differently. Because if you're having problems with tenants today, I think that we can help you where you're not only going to be able to eliminate your legal problems, you're going to be able to take more flow of having more tenants and having more properties. Thanks, landlords. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, happy landlording.